Hi! How's everybody doing tonight? My name is AmyChezzanator and welcome back to the Forgotten City, Roaming Around Rome, Part 5. So, tonight I'm aiming for probably about 2.5 to 3 hours worth of gameplay, so I'm hoping a lot of progress is going to be made in that time. I'm really quite apprehensive about the next mission that I'm going to embark on, which for those of you who have been following is stealing a bottle of silphium resin, which incidentally is going to make shit go down. So this is going to be very, very interesting to say the least. So yes, feeling rather nervous about this. It's like, Amy, it's only a game. It's only a game. Chill out. It's fine. But it's like, from what I've encountered so far in this game, when I've had to make a dash for it back to the portal, is you've got things shooting at you. I don't know where it comes from because nobody's got a weapon, so I'm presuming it's the statues doing it. So this is going to be interesting. And I keep saying that. I keep repeating the same thing. So, let's carry on from where we left off. Oh, I know, right? She is, isn't she? Yeah. Navia, yeah, she's not the full ticket. One might say. Ah, I've not been over here before. Interesting. Can I shoot that? Can I shoot that at all? Basically an indicator of you can talk to the goose. Honk. Hello, Goosey. Oh, that's so cute. Hello. Hello, Goosey. He's a Goosey. I've just pinched your eggs. Oh, hello. Oh my god. Hey, come here. Go. Go eat. Oh, he's a baby. Come here. No, you don't want to. Not very friendly, are you? Sorry, I'm just being very soppy now. These animals, and you could talk to them. I'm easily pleased. Cabbages. I'm going to have a look around here, see if there's anybody else I can talk to. Ah!
Don't you just love springtime?
Oh, it's Galerius. Oh my god, there he is. Right. Sorry, mate, I've actually stolen your goose eggs. I hope you don't mind. I did wonder where he toddled off to. Do I need to talk to him again?
Fortune smile on you, sister.
Thank you. That's much appreciated. Could I talk to him? Let's see if he's got anything else to say that I might not already know.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend.
Hello.
Now, what's on your mind?
I don't know if I can say anything else.
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. Even I could do a better job. Well, as much as I'd love to get out of here, the harvest's always more fruitful in another man's field, isn't it? But Scintilla, Sentius's daughter, went missing a few weeks back. Could be she found a way out. If anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me. All right, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
Right, okay, so he hasn't really got anything else to say for himself. He's wandering off now. Oh, there we go, right. So this must be his little, interesting. I didn't even think to come down here. What's down here? Oh, what's this? Statue? Anything else that I need to look at? Doesn't seem to be. Don't know if I can go swimming. I don't know whether my character can swim or not. Mind you, I could always save and find out, couldn't I? Presuming my character can swim. Ah, she can. Okay. So you can shoot the algae. Right, okay. That's interesting to know. So that's obviously a way to get back up again. The golden arrow. I always get a bit anxious when going underwater though, in case I bloody drown, that's the thing. Ah! Oh, oh, oh! What is this? Bottle of wine? Yes, please. And what is in here? More money and more arrows. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Save again. Now, where was I? I was having a little bit of a swim over here. Is there anything? Oh, I don't have to actually put my head under the water. That's handy. Oh, what's through here? Is there anything through here? Can I get through here? Can I get through here? No, I can't. Okay. Right, okay. So I can see something over there. The question is, get up there. Get up there. Come on. Up you go. Up you go. There's something else over here, is there? Is there anything else over here? Or was I imagining it? I know, the graphics are incredible. I see you've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well. And there's one thing I do definitely rate about this game as well as the music. If one thing is guaranteed to pull me in besides the storyline and the gameplay, it's definitely the soundtrack, and this soundtrack is just it's so soothing. But you get the dramatic music as well when obviously stuff happens now, but yes, Georgia finally let me play on the PS4. Has she been busy simming? Has she been playing on the old Sims? Can I get up on there? I cannot. Okay, that's fine. If I don't need to be there, then... Oh, I know. Is there a ledge I can get on there? Just making sure I haven't missed anything there. Doesn't look like it. Oh, she's been on the old Sims, has she? Good on her. I haven't been on the Sims for bloody ages. Admittedly. Because I've been too busy trying to expand my gaming repertoire, so to speak. I can get up here. No, I can't get up there. Okay. Just don't want to leave any stone unturned here. Yeah, I think my next thing as well is to steal that bottom of... bottom? Steal that bottom? Bloody hell, is the alcohol set in that quickly? The bottle, even. The bottle of silphium resin. But I want to make sure that he's not watching. Oh, he's still there. Oh my god.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, it's Georgius. He's a funny chap. I love his accent. Greetings. He seems quite sweet. From that Dave guy. Dave! Dave. He's a bit of a Dave, isn't he? Come to think of it.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations. Yeah, this guy here, yeah.
Salve.
Decius, that's it. Salve. Yeah, that guy, yeah.
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die?
Del boy, yeah.
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
I haven't heard this
Hope so.
convo.
Hilarious. What happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me, when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river, and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
something like that. But
What if I die and go to Tartarus? Because they say I've been bad.
Oh, this guy, I feel
I'm
sorry
not
for
going to
him.
let that happen to you, Dooley. I promise.
Thank you, Galactus. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you again soon, alright?
Alright, Galerius. See you then.
Oh, I feel sorry for this guy. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go for that stealing. Because I need to get this over, because this is actually one of my objectives as well. Let's just save here. Let's just have a look at it. So what tasks you have to do. Right, okay, so basically I've got my quests here. So I've got my main goals and then I've got my leads. So my main objective is to find out who's going to break the golden rule. So as you know, the golden rule could be anything that's considered a sin. It could be killing somebody, it could be stealing, and other such things. So then what I have to do is, when I travel back through time, I have to prevent that from happening somehow. So we already know from what you've seen that Malleolus is going to try and murder the magistrate. So we need to stop him from doing that. However, to stop him from doing that, we need to try and stop him from running, Malleolus from running for magistrate, which is not as easy as one might think. So my side quests, one of my side quests is actually steal the silphium resin from Decius's stall. Okay, so I'm going to do that now, and just hope I don't lose my my way, because I've got to go. I'm just planning my escape route, because obviously when you end up in trouble, you've got to go, yeah, you're going to have like people shoot, you're going to have things like shooting at you. The statues, I think, are going to, or something starts shooting at you anyway. I mean, it looks like it's the statues, but you don't really have much time. So what I'm going to do is brace myself. I'm actually feeling quite nervous about this. I know it's only a game. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Yeah, it's a statue shooting at you. Where's the magistrate? Where is he? There he is. Okay, so that's that done. So I noticed there was a bit of a delay there, so obviously now what I've got to do is I've got to give that to Lucretia before... Is it Julia? Before she dies. Okay, right. So we're back here again now. Let's go and say hello to Galerius again. There he is. So he's going to talk to me.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back? Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening. Poor guy. My uncle was a victim at rheumatism's altar, and he ended up killing himself. Alright, got it. Alright, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Okay. Right, now what I've got to do is give Lucretia the medicine. The Sylphium resin.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
So I'm just going to head straight.
Ave.
Ave. I can hear you. I'm a little busy right now.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium, but that Culus cumulatus decius won't give it to me. What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing, and at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Ah, look. If you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about cats next real black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. Sure. What do you want to know? How did you know that? Yes, she did mutter something about the only way out. A few times, but nothing more than that, I'm afraid. Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Okay.
Gladly. That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Right. Let's see if we can talk to Yulia now. There she is. Okay. Just going to save here. I'm glad I got the stealing part over and done with. Hi, Yulia. How you doing?
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest. As much as I'm grateful that you tried to help me, It's just not safe for me to talk about it. Please, no more questions. The golden rule. That's the least of my worries. The gods may be cruel, but Malleolus and Claudia are far crueler.
Claudia.
Please, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Persistent as Nemesis, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, but it's a long saga.
I have all the time in the world.
All right. I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did. I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years.
Oh my god.
But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock. It's a deadly poison made from a plant. Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cruel black eyes, and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only, he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning.
Oh.
That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the golden rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those deaths, so he locked me in his villa, confiscated everything I owned as collateral, and made me wear immodest, humiliating outfits while I worked day in, day out. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She set me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot." Those two took everything from me. But they forgot to confiscate one thing. My hemlock. I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it. I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid. When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution. Honestly, It would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course.
No.
I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape. At least until someone breaks the golden rule. Huh. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. No, of course not. I would never. But I can dream. A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelius set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him.
Oh my god.
I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but thank you. All right, but please don't take too long. No, I did hear from Ulpius that she disappeared. It's very sad. She was such a lovely young woman. But I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so I can't help you, I'm afraid. You mean my life story? Oh, well, I grew up as part of a big family in Rome. Me and 3 older sisters. Our father found good husbands for my sisters, but I wasn't, cut out for that kind of life. So he found me a job as a scribe for a prominent merchant. It was a good life for a while, until 7 months ago when the fires came. My colleagues and I worked desperately to try to protect our warehouse. We must have had 100 workers passing buckets of water, chanting prayers to Vulcan, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless, and it claimed everything. And everyone. Well, almost everyone. My employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the Tiber, with the crowds. I remember diving into the river, and then... the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the riverbank not far from here. Thank you, but to be honest, sometimes I think dying in that fire might have been a blessing, given what's happened since. If that's your idea of a joke, it's not funny. Go away.
Sorry. No, it's not funny. I'm sorry.
I know what kind of person you
Oh
are.
shit, I've pissed her off.
Leave me alone.
Well, we know what she thinks about the golden rule.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Right now I need
Citizen.
to speak with Equitia now.
Ave,
Didn't really think that one through, did I? Oops.
a new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed? Yes, I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we? What else? There are definitely some common threads there. But I think we'll need at least a few to ensure we're not just seeing coincidences. Keep asking people how they wound up here. I don't want us to rush to any conclusions yet.
Right, okay.
Livia's fate weighs heavily on my... Come back to me once you...
Right, okay, so... Who's that?
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
No!
Oh no. No. No, 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 no.
I can't move.
Oh, Pierce, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think
I can't
I'm
move,
stuck
I can't do anything.
for the rest of my life, working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it
I
could
can't
be
stop
the
him at
sin
the
that
moment.
seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Oh, Piss, don't do it, mate.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Yes, I'll talk to him. What's happened to my mouse?
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire. I screwed up my life. That's what's wrong. I borrowed money, and when I couldn't pay it back, I wound up in debt bondage. I'll be stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis Malleolus for the rest of my life. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Couldn't stop him.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord.
So that's obviously something to...
Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is responsible for it, it isn't mine. I'll have to let everyone know what's happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
I don't really want to ask, is that my fault? Because, you know what I mean, that's not very... Oh my god, oh Pierce, why?
Did you just scale the wall to my villa somehow?
Yep.
I must remember to have words with that buffoon Domitius.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty
Yeah, I
of
need to
nothing more
find
than
her.
having different coloured eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition.
Let's just skip this.
Alexander the Great. I liked it.
Okay.
Well, That's quite...
Okay.
Why?
Because if you don't, I'm going to kill you. I know. Oh my god. Shall I say that? Let's see what he says.
You fool.
The many shall suffer
Right.
for the sins of the one.
Okay. That escalated quickly. I might die here, to be honest, because these buggers have got bows. And I need to outrun the bow. Right, so we know what that does. I'm just going through all the different options. Right. Let's go through there. Right. Okay. So even threatening to kill somebody is considered a sin and breaks the golden rule. But yeah, I've heard some of the others making threats. But then again, I suppose you... Right. Have I got everything in my inventory? Yeah, I've got everything. Right, okay. I don't know, because you can lie in this.
Salve, friend. Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Right.
Yulia. Oh no. All right, I can do that.
Okay, so Galerius is
Poor
like the
guy.
middleman. Okay.
My uncle was a victim at rheumatism's altar, and he ended up killing himself. All right, got it. All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
Okay.
I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Right. Okay.
Ixion turns.
Yeah, I need to save Ulfius.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Right, I'm gonna go and see if I can get him. Stop him from yeah, Galerius is pretty oh, where are we? Don't do it, mate. It's not worth it. Where is he? Oh shit.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the golden rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit on edge, yeah.
Alright, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulfius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That...
What?
Why do you think...
I know. Please.
I'm sorry, but I just...
Please, Ulfius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone. Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact.
and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that. Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts. Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. We might as well be slaves. And that's how much it will take to buy our freedom back. So, do you have the money or not?
Yes.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then?
No.
You'd do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
Yes.
It seems today we are both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed. Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back. Ah. And there it is. All right. Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, she went missing. All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolus's villa, I heard a young woman singing. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out, so once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her, standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa. I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me, and she smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to her. And from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, I knew I'd have done anything for her. And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's garden. We'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. Like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try to hide how beside myself I was. Scintilla was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got. All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me. She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the Golden Rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me. That can only mean one thing. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how, or who would want to do something like that to such a sweet, lovely girl. But what else could have happened? My guess? Malleolus had something to do with it. He is without doubt the most evil man I have ever known. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs, which is always locked.
And that's where I heard
I've never
crying.
seen the inside of it, and I haven't been able to steal a key without breaking the Golden Rule. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow, it would shed light on a great many things. Let me know what you discover. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend.
That's where the
I'll
crying
never forget
was.
what you did for us.
Okay. Let's see if we can speak with Octavia.
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Can I help you with something? The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves, and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin? You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer. If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here. Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention. I wish I shared your faith. Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labour for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose. Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome, 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place. Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me. If you like. Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible. Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. I'm afraid not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumours, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate. Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry I even suggested it. I won't make that mistake again. Ah, that's a shame. Another time, then.
Okay, so we've exhausted everything. We need to ask her.
Salve. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. Galerius just saved my life. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest. Our priestess, Equitia, once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans. They don't cry easily. They've never physically hurt anyone. But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election. I doubt it. I mean, the election is today, and you've only just arrived. I just don't think there's enough time for you to do anything. I suppose we will. All right. Goodbye.
Okay. Claudia's another one we need to...
Honored to have been elected your magistrate. Magistrate, yes. Yes. Thank you. I'm delighted.
Right. There she is.
I'm not supposed to be in
That's
here.
Claudia.
Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. An intriguing proposition. Go on. Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that? You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me? To withdraw. Listen, I may not be Penelope to his Ulysses, but to ruin his plans to become a magistrate? You must think me quite mad. I've heard enough.
Okay.
Get out of here at once. Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
Right, okay, so that's okay. I need to get out of here without being spotted. Right, okay, cool.
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of your... You know, sometimes... Now, I confronted... but... I couldn't agree more. One hand washes the other, as they say. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
What do you want?
I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head
I have
around.
wine.
So what do you need me to spell out? Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counselling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it.
Okay.
So, you'll help me?
Yes.
Thank you. Here's the letter.
Okay.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quintius really is. What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
Okay, sure. You can understand.
What?
Okay.
You tricked me, you mendacious little stirkers. It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all along. I curse you. I curse your lot. This is outrageous. Now. What? Give me that Thank you. Now, I appreciate your, discretion in this matter. I think it's best if you go now. We'll speak no more of this.
Right, okay, we've finally got we've got past her. Right, okay. Yeah, she's a bitch. No. Anything? Okay, right. Now I've got to get out of here now. So. Ask Malleolus to withdraw from the election. Okay, so I've got to go back and do that then. Oops. Maybe Quintus knows where Scintilla is. I've asked him already, he won't tell me anything. Right, where is he? There he is. Right. Quintius, there we go.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want? Are you insane? You barge into my villa, uninvited, and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win? So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you, what, one of Nero's assassins? So, you're not going to kill me?
No.
So much work for nothing. Oh, if I do it, you'll let me live? Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal. There. You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I can do that. Okay. Tell Ulpius that Scintilla is not in Malleolus' villa. Okay.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equity.
I need to get Galerius. I have to see his ugly mug. Right, we need to see Galerius. Okay. Oh, there's I need to speak to you. I need to speak to you.
Shalom. Really? I was sure he was hiding something in there. I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least everywhere I could get to. There are still two places I've never been able to reach. First, the palace. If Navia managed to get in, then I suppose Scintilla could have too. The only other place she could be is somewhere in the cistern network. I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper cistern before he was locked up.
Okay.
So you could ask him about it, I suppose. You mean where am I from and all that? Judea, originally. But when I was a child, I moved to Rome with my family, Romanized my name and spent most of my life in the Jewish district of Trans-Tiberin, across the Tiber from the main city. That's where I was when the fires broke out. Everyone was running toward the river and I, listening to my inner contrarian, ran the other way. Every road leading out of Rome was in chaos, full of people with all their belongings in carts and brigands preying on them. Several hours down the Appian Way, I saw another Jewish family being attacked by 3 opportunists. So I picked up a branch from the side of the road and went to defend them. I can only assume they got the better of me because the next thing I knew, I was waking up in a forest, by a river not far from here, with no memory of how I got there. It's strange though, because I still had my purse on me. Why would a robber knock me unconscious and throw me in a river, but not take my coins? You're right. I always just assumed the river carried me, but I'm not sure I was anywhere near the Tiber when I fell. I'm sure it'll all make sense if we ever get out of here. I don't. But even if I did, I'm not going anywhere. I have unfinished business. Well, neither of us have a couple of hours to stand around talking about theology, law, and collective punishment, so I guess you're looking for a pithy summary? You remind me of an old story from my people about Hillel the Elder. He was approached by a Gentile and asked to explain the entire Torah while he stood on one foot. Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful to you, do not do to another. That is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Go and learn." Of course, what I want to know is, what kind of a god sees a young woman abducted and does nothing about it? Not my god, that's for sure. Maybe you don't. I feel it in my bones. Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to be insane to vote for Malleolus after what he did to me.
Yes.
All right, friend. Thanks for the chat.
You're very welcome, mate. Oh, there's Galerius. Oh, just the man. Can I talk to you as well? Thank you. Hi.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? Oh, come on. I just did as you asked. The least you can do is level with me. I'll keep it between us. I promise. You're toying with me, right? Wait.
No.
You're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. He was forcing him... Tantalus... Oh, anyway, so... Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start...
Oh, I need to talk to you again. Don't go, come here.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now, what's on your mind? I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. Even I could do... I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God's no... But from what I hear, maybe that's not... He did? Oh, that was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do that. Well, I guess it's time for me to step up then. I'll let Equitia know I'll be running. All right, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
Great, okay. So, that's got him running for magistrate. We'll just save that. Let's go and talk to Julie again. Dooley.
Hello?
Hello. Can I talk to you?
Hello. Have we met before?
We have. Let's talk about your treasure.
My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said,
I'm just gonna,
if anything ever happened to him, he gave me this. All I remember is now nobody looks after me. Hannibal said Galerius already tried that. Like, if you help Hannibal...
Okay, right.
Bye-bye.
So we've got to get him out of there. Right, that's the important thing. Shall we go down there? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I'm gonna consult the do you think it's a good idea, or do you think I need to do something else before I do that? You say go down there. Sam, what are you saying? Shall we go down there? I know she's gonna say yes. That's if she's on lurk. I don't know whether she's on lurk or whether she's actually there. Are we going down there? I have a feeling you're gonna say yes. Yeah, I bloody knew it. Right, okay, come on in. You're coming with me. You're coming down this rabbit hole with me. Just remember that. Right, we're all in this together. Hold on to your knickers. We're going in. Where's my torch? No, not that. I don't want my bow. No, I want my torch. Excuse me. Torch. Hello? Thank you. That's what I'm on. Oh, hello. Behind you! Oh, no he isn't. There we go, this is the, is this gonna turn into a horror game? Hannibal the Cannibal. Who's that? Oh, hello.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So we've got some golden statues. Bloody things. I know, right? I bloody hate them statues. I do. I bloody hate them statues, I do. In fact, I think I better go pee-pee before I do anything else, because otherwise I'm going to pee-pee myself if another one of them statues jumps out at me. So, BRB. Boo! Ha 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 ha! Right, okay. Let's get back on here. Did you like that? Did I scare you? Did I scare you? I hope I did, because I'm very scary. Rightio. Cool. Let us resume. Resume? Thank you very much. Right, okay. And I've got to get up there, but I need to explore. Nutter you is. Almost dropped my nail polish remover. Ooh! I'm so scared I need to drop my nail polish remover. Oh dear. I know, I'm the stuff of nightmares, me. I'm so scary. Oh, hello. Oh, crikey. Oh. I love those. And a quiver of bows. Amy. Hayley! I'm such a little sod, am I? You know I was a scaredy cat. Nah, you're a big brave girl, you are. You are brave and courageous. Do you now? That's good for you, my dear. Oh, lunar pendant. A lunar pendant. There's a Latin inscription. Okay. Everything in here looks like I've come full circle. Put the torch away. What's that metallic sound I keep hearing? Oh, god damn it! God damn it! I'm not actually sure, because I thought it was them golden statues. I didn't mean to bloody fall. I don't know why she didn't grab onto the, yeah, continue from our save. Thank you, please, and thank you. Hello, game. Fatality. Yes. Fatality. Right, why isn't it continue from the last save? Hello? Hi? Game? Right. Okay. Sorry about that. I think that's probably because the game needed to update. So it decided to just conk out on me randomly, because why not? But yes, anyway, welcome back. Slight technical hitch. What? Put your teeth back in, Amy. Yes, okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, I died, that's right. I died, I fell down a hole and I went pfft. Okay, so let's recap. I'm down in the cisterns and I was climbing up some golden vines. Tissues. Right, so let's try getting up there without killing myself this time. How? No. Oh. How the heck am I going to get up there? I'm going to have to jump, ain't I? Right, don't freeze on me this time. Please do not freeze on me. Right. Can I shoot the waterfall? Can that go, maybe? No, I can't. Right. How the bloody hell am I meant to put your bloody bow away, woman? Right, put it away. Put your torch away. Have I got to jump for it? I've got to jump for it. Okay. Oh my god. Scintilla? Scintilla? Hello?
Who are you? Did he send you? And do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back. I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key. Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him. I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key. I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape together. There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
God, really? That's... Obviously I want to let her go. I'll take my chances.
Oh, thank you. Now follow... Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Who's that?
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she? So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al. Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through a portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 6? Not a lot compared with Al, but I've seized every day, nonetheless. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this, but where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death by reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? Do you really think you could take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fray. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light. What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again? Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following. So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this?
Pretty much.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
The thing is, there was a lot of other things that I didn't get a chance to do.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find out? Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there.
Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look! Here he comes. Ow! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of... well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Cynthia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Ending 2 of 4. So there's multiple endings to this. Tip: how many might have survived if you'd have walked away from Scintilla? So with that information... Okay. That's one of the endings. There's 4 endings. I'm just gobsmacked that I reached an ending, period. And I was not expecting that. But as I say, there are 3 alternate endings, 3 more alternate endings to this. So, just to recap, Hayley, because you missed it. Her adopted father captured her and held her captive. So when he came down to the cisterns, I kept him distracted and she killed him, therefore breaking the golden rule but sending me back to my own time. So this tells me, obviously, it seems like what you could see there, ending 4, I think is the true ending. And it said, tip, what would you have done if you'd have walked away from Scintilla? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back. And I'm going to leave her there. And see what happens then. Because I've got other... Yeah, I know. Why do you think my face was like... Because I was just like... Bloody hell. You know what I mean? I was not expecting that. So I am well and truly absorbed now. I need to do more. I mean, it's only 11:15. I did say I was going to get 2.5 to 3 hours worth of gameplay in, so I've probably got about another half an hour. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just skip the credits, and I'm basically going to play out as if I'm going to leave Scintilla there.
What? No! You can't just leave me here! How can you be so heartless? I hate you. I spit on you. I hope Dis drags you to Tartarus.
Right, okay. Turn that bastard to gold member style. Yeah. Oh, I'm bloody back here again now. Oh my god. Bloody circle. Oh, there we go. There's the have some of that. Right, okay. Gold member.
Citizen.
Hi.
We're finally alone. I assume you... We have? I must... Is that about... Seems rather brash, but... Me? What are you talking about? You know, you remind me of him. Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before.
A smoke and a pancake?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who... You see, my connection to the portal... But I'm surprised. He was a moral... And because of... I watched him. And when he finally... The next time... I mean, you've lived through 7 times. Most impressive. And yet everything you've... Because there's no escape. So, you discovered... Why? Isn't it obvious?
I'm just going through all the...
And as long as... I have found a way. And why would I agree to that? You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies. You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions, least of all, me. Understand that, to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot, and you're no longer useful. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever, until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me. What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
the next objective? The sinner. Common thread, okay. Ask a critic, okay, right. Okay. Priestess.
Citizen.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Well, I suppose we'd first need to figure out which god that is. And I'm afraid even I don't know. Although I have my suspicions. This might sound like a strange question, but please, humor me. How did you find your way here? Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you. Older. I see. I wonder if... No. I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how... I really... I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you, too. Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you? You have? Then what is it? Yes. What else? Yes. What else? That's true. It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. You mentioned earlier you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes? I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood? Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Okay.
But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Interesting.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
There are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means. I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can. That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks. To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again. Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not. No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you. Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on. except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
Wow.
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril. It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
Okay.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage. If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels? Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say? Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out? Truly? Then why are you still here? Ah, I see. Then it seems you have made a great sacrifice for all of us, friend. I admire your compassion. Truly. Thank you. But unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option will be to confront you-know-who. Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh! That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules. Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonoured and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again. It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple.
I did pick up some
a dedication to the god of this place.
How many do I
You'll
have?
find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Okay.
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum. Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, will be able to tell us.
Kabash?
Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumours about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her.
Don't trust
or
her.
just take a look in his room. I'm afraid you're on your own with that one, but perhaps the goddess will help guide you to it when the time is right. All right. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone. In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you, although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Okay. So, it's come up to 11:45 now, so we're going to leave it on a major cliffhanger here. So, let's go to... Wow. That was definitely eventful. The amount of progress that I've made on this game. Yeah. And I tell you what, this is about to get juicy, I think. So, I think maybe the true ending is going to be speaking with the god of the underworld. That might be the true ending. I don't know. But this is the next ending I'm going to go for. So, we've uncovered one of the endings at least. So, what can I say? I really am just blown away by this game. I really am. I'm enjoying it so much. I mean, the things that have unravelled, the plot twists, I'm just like, whoa, you know? And the fact that we've got a chance to go for a different ending, I mean, that's great as well. I do love the whole sort of choices matter mechanic in games anyway. So, you know, where you get to choose your own fate and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm really impressed with this game, I've got to say. I didn't quite know what to expect, but I thought I'll give it a go. But I am really impressed. Before I wrap up for the night, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who has been supporting me on my journey for Gaming for Guide Dogs. Thank you so much, Hayley, for the donation earlier. I really enjoyed my shot of rum as well, and I'm actually feeling pretty damn good. So, you know, so not long to go now till I hit my target. So it's just been fantastic being able to raise money for a very, very worthy cause whilst doing something that I really enjoy. So doing a hobby as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for a fantastic night, and just for all your support, for all the follows. for all the hosting, for all the raids, everything. Do you know what? You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you so much. So, looking forward to the next stream. So, 4 PM Sunday. You ready? Because I am. Good night, everybody. See you later. See you Sunday.